Amazing. So,
I love that.
yeah.
That's
So
good.
what else does the foundation do? Tell everybody about that.
You want me to take it?
Do it.
All right. So first of all, let me introduce Camille Holler-Ortega.
Hi.
She is the project manager for communications with the HUBET Foundation, and she just does a lot of good work with us.
Thank you.
And but we're coming off summer, so we just finished jam session with youth camp. So our summer looks like youth camp out in the canyon. We have about 3,000 high school and elementary and college students going through camp over the course of 9 weeks. And then there's an additional 2 weeks where the college students are being trained. We have family camp, or this year we had about 150 families come through camp over 5 weeks. It might actually be more than that because we have the half sessions. So that number might not be accurate. And then Lady Lodge itself is an adult retreat center, which you could still go to. You can go to Lady Lodge. And we had
I would
some great
recommend
summer
it,
retreats.
Darby. The food is spectacular.
It is.
The Wi-Fi is horrendous. So don't get any
Perfect.
Wi-Fi.
It sounds like the point is to unplug.
That's right.
It is.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is.
That's it.
It is.
Horrendous? I mean, what were you trying to do on it?
No, I wasn't trying to do anything.
Trying to
actually.
go live from
Trying to go live.
Lady Lodge.
It's beautiful. It's about, and you sleep really well.
You do.
Yeah.
So
Have you
for
been?
You know, I've only went once, and I hate to say that like it was so many years ago. I was in 6th grade for outdoor ed.
Oh, with BT Wilson.
Yeah, with BT Wilson.
Wonderful.
Mhm. It was. I think it was. It's one of my most fond memories of moving to Kerrville the first 2 years that I was here, and I had never had an opportunity like that living up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area
Yeah.
when I was a kid. So moving here, I was like, wait, we get to go to camp?
Yeah.
Like while I'm in school. And it was awesome too because both of my parents got to go and they were chaperones. And I think for kids who don't get to have the luxury to go to summer camp, because it is expensive,
Right.
to get that little dose of getting outside and experiencing the nature that we live in,
Right.
that we are cohabitating with was really important.
Yeah,
And,
that's actually why the camp
yeah,
started. So I was talking about summer where we do our Lady Lodge programming, but most of the time our camps are foundation camps and outdoor school, and that is around 15,000 students who are all coming for free. So that
was
is our
amazing.
target
Yeah.
audience and our target mission for that property.
And that exact experience where they might not be getting outside a whole lot and they might not get an opportunity to come to camp
Yeah.
otherwise.
Right.
And so what a gift to hear someone who's saying it
Right.
was meaningful to me. Yeah.
Just really great memories. There's one in particular, if you don't mind sharing.
Please.
So my dad was in charge of a boys' cabin while we were there, and it's only like it's like 2 nights, 3 days, or something like
Yeah,
that.
for the outdoor stuff, yeah.
But I remember that they made us come up with a song like for our cabin.
I love it.
And the song that the boys had made up, it to this day, like I quote it in my head.
I love that.
quote
So
the song.
I feel like you have to
Yeah,
share now.
We need a
the
sample.
one tidbit I remember is like sitting in my room, nothing to do, thinking of you, HEB camp, and it was just like a bunch of lines like that.
That's
and
great.
the thing HEB camp like always sits in my mind, and I know that's so strange, but yeah, I think to see my dad in that role too as a young girl, like leading these group of boys that were also like my classmates was really cool to see.
I have 3 takeaways from my Lady Lodge experience. I did recently. I bought one of the topo maps that are sold at the and I had it framed, and I'm going to put it in my bedroom to remind my weekend there with my kid. And but here's the thing that's interesting about Lady Lodge. It's the attention to detail that's fascinating to me. And these are dumb things, but I was like, everything had this sort of like, like the way the tissues in the Great Hall thing. What is that little area called where you do the
Great Hall.
The Great Hall.
That's right.
The way the tissues are covered. Because there's Kleenex everywhere. Because people weep like a drop of a hat there.
That is not true.
People cry.
I mean, it's true that there's Kleenex.
Yeah, but there's like Kleenex everywhere. Everyone's crying.
what do we have, allergies?
No, yeah.
They're being moved by
Well,
the
that's
spirit.
true. Well, there's that. Maybe some cedar. I don't know what it is. But it was very beautifully done and very intentional. And I thought, I don't even have a box of Kleenex in my house. I just have like a roll of toilet paper. So I went and I got some Kleenex boxes and I put them in the nice like looking Lady Lodge things. The towels. That you get to go to the
beach towel.
Beach towel. Yeah, those are cool.
The Temu beach towels, which now apparently, I get like nonstop advertising for on my Instagram feed. Those are like the way those were sort of available and spread out as well. Yeah. Just every little detail. When I walked in, they're like, "Oh, Mr. Amstrad, Lewis, here's your food that you can eat. Can't have anything else," because I had the dietary restrictions.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So, yeah, they were very attentive to that as well.
Yeah, that's true. If people are interested in Laity Lodge, I encourage you to go to laitylodge.org, which is their website. It's Laity, although if you search Lady Lodge, it will come up for that too. It is not only for ladies. But if you go to the website and you look, this is something people get confused about. If you go to the website, you can look up past retreats, and for a huge number of the recent past retreats, you can listen to all the talks. And so most recently, we had a talk with David Brooks from the New York Times. He came out and was a guest speaker.
Wow.
And his talk was, I don't know, like
why am I not invited? I do much more important work than David Brooks does. Come on now.
It's just...
Sorry.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
Right.
But David Brooks's talk, I want to go back and listen to it again. I was in the room for that one, and it's just he describes some of the challenges in our national community right now in ways that are I just feel really helpful and filled with grace. He's a good man.
You found his message hopeful?
David Brooks?
Yeah.
At this retreat?
Yes. I mean, it's not. He's not looking at the world through rose-colored glasses, right? So he's not shying away from challenges,
right?
But there's still hope.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of work, but there's hope. What were you gonna say?
So you can get this stuff for free on the website, like to get the talks
the
and
audio.
stuff. Okay, the audio. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you don't have to pay for it, like sign up or anything. No, it's just there.
Right. And
Wow.
it's just listen through SoundCloud. Now, I mean, you're listening to kind of. It's not unproduced, so it sounds good.
No,
but there's
just
intro.
captured from the time. And then
I'm not looking.
uploaded.
I'm looking for quality of
Content.
content. I don't care if it's like.
Right. You're gonna get some of that. Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
So that retreat was I don't remember the name of it.
I don't either. I can pull it up.
We were emailing about it this morning. There was another one last summer. And the name of the retreat was Faith in the Ruins. And Adam Nieder talks about sort of the challenge a lot of people are facing, something similar to what was said earlier on the show today, where your guest was talking about the difficulty of people leaving the church and feeling harmed by the church.
Yeah.
And so he addressed that head on.
Which is one of the earlier, Nikki Carlson was here and
Yes,
just
that's
that
what I
same
meant.
issue. Yeah.
So David Brooks is from the Deep Humanity of God. That was on July 18th. If you go to the website, look at past retreats and click on that one, you can hear his talk.
Yeah.
And then Adam Nieder was last summer.
So these retreats are these things that Laity Lodge puts on for produced you guys for yourselves, or are these other like churches and companies,
That
corporations
too.
coming? Okay, so it's a mixture.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have private retreats, like Baylor will come out and do its private faculty retreat, and then we have open retreats. There's usually about 6 or 7 per quarter that are open. So if you're interested in coming,
Okay.
it is not free, but it is actually a really good value.
It's a good deal.
Yeah. You need to get on the email list. So go to ladylodge.org, sign up for their email newsletter, and then they'll tell you when they're about to open, because retreats fill up within just a couple minutes.
Oh,
Right.
really?
So it'll registration will
competitive.
Okay.
registration will go
I
live
met
at
a
noon.
guy who he was apparently his dream was to work for the foundation. And since he started his
It's a
own,
good dream.
He had already, but he did his own foundation, and he was living in Alabama, I think, is where he was from. And he talked about that, he loves coming to retreats, and he tries to get on, and it's like boom, sold out, So he tries all the time because he loves to come.
It's probably a source of frustration for some folks, but also it's a part of that intentionality that you spoke about. So because the attention to detail is so highly valued,
Right.
the retreats are kept intentionally small.
Yeah.
It's a part of the intimacy that people value with their time there. And so if you're keeping something really small and there are only so many weekends in a year, then it stands to reason that there's going to be more demand than supply. But once you experience it, it's a great experience. But if you can't experience it, which not everyone will, that's just the way it is, we're really trying to make channels for people to consume the content in other ways, just like the audio that we mentioned.
So, for instance, Camille and I are developing a podcast right now, and that'll include some conversations with some of the people that come out to Lady Lodge or similar kinds of people, and then past audio from Lady Lodge.
I wanted to, if you don't mind, Marcus, I'd like to play. Now, here's my Lady Lodge story.
We're going to go to the High Calling now?
Yes, I'm going to go to the High Calling. I'm going to play this one, I Want What They Have. It's the first one on YouTube, actually. It has 100,000 views. I Want What They Have is the name of it.
I Want What They Have. Got it.
Not Ahab is running around naked.
I'm getting old now and I can't hear it.
Now, full disclosure, though, I've told you this before, that when I was driving for years in Los Angeles area, the greater Los Angeles market, I would listen to these, like, what in the heck who is this guy? And it was Howard Butt Jr., right?
Yep, my first boss.
Your first boss talking about the high calling of the daily work, right? And here, let me just go ahead and play this for you guys.
Ben had a job, but 2 other people on his work team got the perks, and that bugged Ben. So he made up his mind to complain. Boss, he said, Jacob and Sharon get upgrades on flights, upgrades on hotels, upgrades on cars. What gives? Fortunately for Ben, his manager knew a teaching moment when it stalked into the cubicle. He said, Ben, you're talking about our best salespeople. You get where they are by working harder where you are. This is Howard Butt Jr. of Lady Lodge. It's human to want rewards, even to envy, as other people collect their prizes. But when other teams score, don't resent. Watch, learn, and sharpen your own game in the high calling of our daily work.
Learn more at thehighcalling.org.
I love it.
Wow.
So good.
Yeah.
They
I
hit
love
you
it.
with the background music.
Yeah.
and Did you hear the person sipping coffee?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I loved it.
That was something, though,
Yeah.
that you would hear on radio stations in California.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was on, at its peak, it was on 3,000 radio stations.
Yeah, you'd hear it every, it was usually a drive, so it was like 5:30 or 6:30.
They targeted drive time people on their way to work
Yeah.
to just give them a little boost to help them think about what they could control and how they could show up
I
well.
apologize. I didn't have Lindsay didn't listen to it, but we'll send it to you. We'll send it to you.
There's
Have you been to
500,
Lady?
we'll send them all.
Have you been to Lady Lodge, Lindsay?
Yeah, I love the camp. I really hope my boys go.
Yeah.
In the summer, they're 3, so we've got some time.
You went to the camp though?
I did. I won it through, you know how they're so good about donating to.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Ships.
Yeah, so I went one summer. I actually went to Mystic as well. Total James Avery connection there.
Yeah,
so
right.
I didn't make like the full switch to Lady Lodge, but the summer I spent out there, most of my friends went there. I loved it. I think my boys would thrive out there.
Yeah.
So, and
Mystic
then family
is
camp.
wonderful, too.
Yeah, I do. We
Darby's
rated the
nephew turned feral
sons last
immediately
night.
from going, like he was barefoot running around.
Their son went too.
Yeah, I
Their
know.
son went
Yeah, they were all
second year.
He
feral.
now only showers in the river.
I mean,
Yeah.
you come back from camp with a lot of those quirky things, and they form you into who you are. No, I love Lady Lodge. I don't remember the name of it. I know there's Singing Hills, Echo Valley. Wasn't there a whole new space dedicated?
Yeah,
for the
Headwater
need for
stayed
rich-
to
okay,
Lady
that's the
Lodge
name.
Family Camp, which would be perfect for your kids.
I've
They're
heard
a
about
great
family
age
camp.
for it.
I have a reminder. Check out family camp.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
I know it's the same thing.
It's
A lot
similar
of
to Lady
demands.
Lodge Lady Lodge in that you
Yeah.
want to get on the mailing list, ladylodgefamilycamp.org. They'll
Right.
tell you when registration's
Yeah.
going to open, and then just
need to do that.
if it's important to you, show up at the time and register right at noon.
Yeah.
So I have
We love
questions
what's
for
coming
family
up,
camp. How old does the youngest kid need to be?
Zero.
Yeah,
Days.
they need to exist.
They do a great job with young kids
Really?
too. Yeah.
Okay.
And you can leave the young ones like if you want to go do things with the bigs. Is what I
Kids club.
understand.
Yeah,
Okay.
we just my family and I just
Yeah,
went
I
for the
speak like
first
I know.
time.
I speak like I know about
No,
it.
you, no,
I've
it's
Yeah.
heard
great.
things.
We
Yeah.
love that. No,
Because I hear family camp. I'm going. Well, I have a baby. I can't go until she can swim and do whatever. So
You
what?
can totally go.
Okay,
we
good to
can
know.
go. I
And then
just
what's
took
the?
4 and 2? My kids are 4 and 2.
Okay.
And they had a blast just here at the end of July.
Yeah, I need to sign up for that. And then, I had another question. What is the lodging like?
Oh,
Is that headquarters?
Yeah, does
Is that all
each
happening, or
family
is
get
that-
its
where do
own?
they-
Like, do we have
little nook?
roommates or do we? Yeah, we
Are we family
roommates.
to family here?
No roommates. So it depends on the size of your family. We've got little casitas that are like self-contained, a little house with.
Cool.
Parents have their own bedroom. You'll have a bucket
Nice.
space for kids.
That's
if
rad.
you have
There's lots of
that
Kleenex,
don't-
too.
Sounds great. This
Nice
sounds
Kleenex.
Kleenex. It's very intentional. And that's for families, I believe, of 5 or more.
Okay.
And then if you have a family of 4 or less, which was like my family, they have a little what they call an inn.
Okay.
And
It's kind of like a suite at a hotel. Again, the door closes for the parents,
Still
and then the
separate
kids
room
are in
for
kind of
parents.
the
Oh,
living area.
nice.
But
Because you hear
shared.
camp, you think, oh gosh, I'm in bunk beds. I
my
mean,
kids don't
My kids are going to
Yeah.
beep everybody
do we
out.
have the Smiths from
hot
Houston
trying to
next to
sleep.
us? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a
Got your
metaphor.
own thermostat.
There's AC. We don't have to bring a box
Sounds
fan.
like glamping.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's more
a
like
step up from
glamping.
that
Yes,
even.
yes.
let me tell you. I mean, the Lady Lodge part is 5-star. I think. I mean,
Yeah.
it's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's impressive.
I need to get out there. I'm sitting here like I need to go get on the email list.
You need
Yeah,
to.
yeah, you do. That's right. That's right.
For
You gotta-
family camp, we do have registration coming up on August 13th, so just days
I will
away
say no.
at
I
noon.
was thinking
Yes.
about it like this week.
Yes.
You know,
All right,
First,
all right.
Lindsay,
Bug-
let's go at the same
2025
time.
Yeah.
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 That'd be
Bug
great.
Allison and get over there and let Allison take you over there. She'll
I would
she'll
love to.
she'll do it.
So I would be remiss if I didn't mention 2 more things. One is that remember most of what we do in the canyon is actually outdoor school and foundation camp. And so if you're here in KISD, you'll get to go to camp when you're in 6th grade. But the main call to action for people around that is go outside. Like we have Kerrville Shriner Park. We have the Nimitz Lake. We have all of these places that you can get outside and re-engage
Right.
with your natural environment, and that's really important. And that is what Foundation Camp is about: is helping people remember to do that, remember how important it is for mental health. But the other thing is we have a whole series of projects around community engagement, and I guess the main one I would want to say is there's a site called knowyourneighbor.org, which is mostly about San Antonio, but we just released a new film. Oh, thank you. knowyourneighbor.com.org also works. And the film there is called Everyone Needs a Home, and it's about the housing crisis, specifically through the lens of San Antonio, but
Right.
it applies everywhere. And it's 40 minutes. We've broken it into chapters if you wanted to have small groups at your church walk through it. We have discussion guides. And I would just encourage everybody to go to knowyourneighbor.com and click on the resources and watch the film Everyone Needs a Home.
And that's such an important project too. And we talked a little bit about that too, about how we can kind of implement some of those things. The know your neighbor part, and how the storytelling is so critically important, because you guys have done some work there that's fascinating. Some of the stories and some of the work you're doing in San Antonio. I mean, it's just absolutely important stuff that's happening. So
Yeah, if you're interested in our stories, Camille and I do a lot of that work together through Echoes magazine. That comes out every quarter. It's 100% free. It's a print magazine that gets mailed to your home, and you can sign up for that. Go to echoes.hebfdn.org and click subscribe. It's totally free. We will never ask you for money. We will never ask you for...
and the
I won't
quality
say
of the content is fantastic too. I want to share with you. I think Marcus, you might have seen these, but I'm going to share with you a couple of things like why I like going to Lady Lodge, because you got to get out and you got to do some stuff. And I made Allison go with me one day, and dang it, where are they at? Dang, where are my photos at? Give me a second here. Let me see here. There they are. I made her go with me so that we could see. We could go look at the stars basically, and the night sky, and
You can see the Milky Way at Lady
you can
Lodge.
see the Milky Way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
awesome. That's great.
delete these real quick here, and here we go. Stand by. Dun dun dun.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I took that from Antenna.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, and then here's another shot. You know.
You should Google those. Those are pretty cool.
What's that?
Those look like Google images. Those
Those-
look incredible.
Those
I'm
are
just giving you a
those
hard
are
time.
those are
That's
dir-
awesome.
those are. dir- I mean, this is back to this one again. This is a little bit better shot.
Wow.
So the light pollution there
so
is
beautiful.
they're
my
dropping all the kids off. for the for the camp. They were doing the changeover there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that was that.
Oh,
But,
I see.
Yeah, but it was so amazing, and I just sat there. I would just sit there on an antenna, which is just a cool place to go and sit in the middle of the night, you know. And it was about 11 o'clock. I think we went out there and did that. So, but if you're a photographer, the opportunities are fantastic. So
That's right. We have a photographer coming out to do some star shoots later this month.
yeah, I just put them on a tripod and my my camera. I just hit the button and it would go. So I'm trying to think if I have one more that. Oh, here we go. This
What
is
camera did you shoot that on?
one of my Canons.
Got it.
So I got professional quality gear, Marcus. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I sometimes I know what I'm doing. It was fun to do it because let me see here. This is my last one. I'll share with you here. This is you really get a sense to see this is the. Let me get this here. We had a little bit of cloud cover, and then here was the changeover in the camp.
Oh my God.
Yeah, those are all those little camp kids coming. They're coming. They're
If
driving
you
in.
didn't know what
yeah.
it was, you'd think it's like some type of fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, right. Oh, that would be even crazier though. That would be that's disturbing. But the beauty of that,
We are actually a FireWise community.
Yeah.
We work really hard to do preventative burns, and we bring together FireWise camps to help protect the Hill Country.
Thank you.
volunteer.
Yeah.
So we pay close attention to that.
Yeah, but if you just love just being out there in nature and stuff, it's just really quite fantastic as well. So yeah, that's great. I think we need to have those high calling or daily works. We need to play them at least once a week on the lead. In the bottom of the hour, you get advertising in the
What
show.
about at the beginning? Like,
Well,
take your theme song out, and then put in.
I figure
once a
though.
week.
I figure that we should just have it as a trigger when I start to go a little bit crazy during certain conversations with
Lois
people who
needs
might
to
be
calm
sitting.
down.
Yep. I see some people who are sitting here that I might get a little upset about. So
Yeah, you keep mentioning that, so let's talk later.
Okay. All right. Camille, thanks for coming on. This is your first time.
Yes.
Did you enjoy it? Was it okay?
Definitely. I
Yeah.
didn't know what to expect. It was a delight. Thank you.
You're welcome. Lindsay, thank you for being here. When do you start selling stuff out of the back of your truck?
August 16th. So
Actually, that'll be here.
Next
That'll be
week.
at the
Next
store.
week.
That'll be at the store,
At
right?
the stores. All the stores will have them for a weekend. So
Yeah.
Kerrville's is middle of September. But if you don't get it when
What are you wearing? Something
you-
that we could buy? Like,
Can
if
you tell us what you sell?
yeah.
I don't know what he's
I'm
talking
Refrigerated
about.
Savory.
Okay.
Right, what do I sell?
Yeah.
I love
What-
that.
what's
And we're
this?
celebrating our 70th anniversary.
Yeah, that's
so,
awesome.
Yeah, we're doing a traveling trunk show.
What-
Some old pieces. Some are, we sort of span the decades, but we found some from like even as old as the 60s and the 70s.
Shut
So,
up.
yeah, they're some fabulous.
How did y'all
pieces.
find these? Like at estate sales?
No,
People
no.
call y'all. I'm like, hey.
We have a lot of the old molds
y'all
and
have
models.
'em?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're working on a nice centralized archive, but right now we have stuff in our
Wow.
comfort facility in Kerrville, and we're bringing them all together. So the trunk show is going to travel through all of our stores so that people in Dallas and Houston can come get these pieces. But if you miss them, you can buy them.
I always have ideas for people that they don't want to hear. You want to hear my idea?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if Are we out of time?
You're out
That's
of
an
time. Do you know how you have like the mold trees?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's
Have
my.
you've been?
I've
to
been
the-
there.
Yeah.
This is my thought. Are you ready? What?
Sorry,
We got
I
some
see
Golden
some
Girls.
sparkly dancer Golden Girls.
Yeah.
Hi.
I think we've just been.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Let me tell her the story first. Then you can come on. Right. Hold on a second. So you have those trees, right?
Yeah.
I think you should make those trees.
And you think people would want them?
I think they would,
Okay.
and I think you could decorate them with charms.
Okay. He's talking about in the manufacturing
Yeah.
process when we're doing the casting.
Yeah. There's like little things in there. I think what you should do is I think it'd be really cool. Like you could have it as a thing to hang your little charms on.
Okay.
So
Like to display your charms.
yeah, right. Or you can make it big enough, like even at Christmas time, it could be like a
That's an idea.
Christmas tree of charms. Because, like one of my things that I'm looking forward to getting, not it requires my grandmother to pass away at some point, she had this one of these sort of these like Christmas tree things. It was like it's like ceramic, but it's it has lights and everything. It's very 60ish, the 60s. And I don't know why, but I was like, I always loved that. And I thought when I see these things, I'm like, that'd be a cool Christmas tree. I don't really want to have charms. But
what are you going to do with charms? You could hang them on your Christmas tree.
I can hang them on my Christmas
Hey,
tree.
you
Yeah.
sound like a salesman.
I know.
We need to get him a charm bracelet.
I'm ready.
Well, he wants
I
a
think
cut
he needs a
Lindsay.
charm bracelet, actually.
Yeah. Do you have any James Avery?
I got a charm bracelet whenever I think I graduated, and I kept up with it for a little bit, but then it's not really something that I wear anymore.
It's like a rite of passage.
It's
You
a
have
rite
it-
of
you have it
passage.
from
You
your-
gotta
like I
have
said.
a James Avery, silver bracelet.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking, like, I wish that, because I don't use the charms anymore, I don't wear it, that James Avery made, like, have you seen those earrings where you can, like, change out the charm that's
Yeah.
on them?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. That's what I was thinking
Like a
about.
What about
Like
a
a
water?
hoop style?
What about
Hoop style,
what
and then
about a
hook the charm.
Whataburger? What about a Whataburger?
I don't attend Whataburger.
Okay, all right.
You don't want a Whataburger charm
Nah,
on your
I'll take a
tree.
Kerrville one, but not a Whataburger.
You know who's a James Avery junkie is Julie Davis.
Is she? Yo.
She has the big charm bracelet.
That thing has got to be at least 8
Yeah.
pounds.
Do you have any James Avery?
Yes. Well, we grew up
Yeah.
with James Avery because I'm a Texas girl.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, we all had 3
Marcus?
sisters. We all had the charm bracelets and all.
I don't know if I should tell this story. My first wedding ring was James Avery, and then my second wedding ring was not, and then my third wedding ring was also James
Oh
Avery.
my
You
God.
did say
And
it's
then
all the same white.
My
like stealing more than
fourth
just
wedding
your
ring
ring
is
Oh.
no, this is ring number 4. It's not my
Ain't no
fault.
shame, no
I just,
shame.
you know,
What do you like?
I just-
Wash them down? Like you flush them down the toilet or something? Or what's going on?
I lost them.
All right.
Throws them in the
He's
river.
busy out
In the
there.
river.
He's
Yeah.
busy out there.
I don't swim with my ring
One
on.
ring to rule them all,
Yeah,
Marcus.
4 rings to do something.
Yeah.
It happens.
What about you, Darby? How much James Avery do you have?
Oh, I have a bunch growing up. You'd always get a charm for your charm bracelet,
Yeah.
birthday, Christmas,
Your
and
girls
so.
are like the perfect age. Too.
Yes, we've started L, and then of course my Aunt Lulu bought my son Parker his first like cross necklace that all the boys wear.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's all timeless.
Now here,
And I should say that I used to have a James Avery pinky ring that was Jerusalem cross. I gave that to my son.
Yeah.
And I had a James
Oh,
Avery
nice.
cross that I gave to my daughter.
Now, how would is there a James Avery male bracelet that would adorn this hairy, furry arm of mine?
Yeah.
All right.
They make like
Some
the
cool leather ones. My
leather
husband wears a
ones
leather
and
one.
some
Really?
silver
And he's
ones
not a jewelry
too.
guy.
All right.
We have all kinds of stuff.
Okay. Good to know.
We'll hook
See,
you up.
so for the 12 days of
Those will be
Giftmas,
dripping.
the 12 days of Giftmas, got to get that in there. All right.
Thank y'all.
Thank you,
Golden
guys.
Girls.
Okay, thank
Wait.
you.
Okay,
Look at
after
this.
the Golden Girls
The
are
Golden
on,
Girls
I
are
have
here.
to go.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you. Oh yeah, appreciate it very much.
Do you want me to
yeah.
leave?
Yeah, that's right there.
Okay.
No,
Thanks,
don't-
Lewis.
Thanks, Darby. Thanks, Lindsay. Yeah, don't forget your. All right, the Golden Girls have taken over the show. Everybody, stand by. Wait a minute.
Oh my gosh, look at y'all. Y'all look fantastic. Do you
All
want
right.
these headphones?
No,
Anybody want
no,
these
they
headphones?
don't need headphones.
Yeah,
They
I
don't
know
need
the hats
headphones.
are too big.
The hats are too big.
Yeah.
All right. Wait. You used to be a Golden Girl.
I was for all 4. You didn't know this girl?
I probably
Yeah. I used to teach Ava, and I also taught. It's Lou. No. I was right. I was right. Lulu. Lucy. Okay.
Lulu
Lucy.
is
Yes. Well, it didn't
Stebbins.
help. I had them in class together. Her,
Yeah.
Lucy, and Lulu.
Yeah.
And so even back then, I was confusing
All
both.
right.
And then y'all don't look
Pull that
nothing
microphone
alike.
closer to you. There. All right. Let me see. Let me get a shot that all of you guys are in the same shot.
So why are y'all? What's going on? I know that y'all are like going around the community and saying thank you today, or maybe I'm
Yes,
wrong.
And we're taking a few more pictures for our sponsors that we haven't.
There you
Yes,
go.
we're
There.
taking a few more pictures for sponsors that we missed or may have like wanted to retake.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're